Hare Krishna. So, before Andal Tiruppavai starts from tomorrow, I wanted to give you some introduction and background of the Tiruppavai Pasurams and also the story of Andal. Today is just an introductory session. And from tomorrow, we will start with one Pasuram, the first Pasuram of Andal's Tiruppavai. Let us all try to understand Andal's divine message of Bhakti and Krishna Prema. Let us start by offering our pranams to our Acharyas and Lordships. Om Ajnanatimirandhasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshurum Nilitam Yena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swamin Nitinamine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे हे कृष्ण करुणा सिंधो दीनबंधो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमोस्तुते तप्त कांचन गौरंगी राधे वृंदावनीश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासदि गौरभक्त वृंद हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे मूकं करोति वाचालं पंगुं लंघयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे श्रीगुरुं दीनतारिणम् कर्कटे पूर्वफाल्गुन्यां तुलसी काननोद्भवां पाण्ड्ये विश्वाम्भरां गोदां वन्दे श्रीरङ्गनायकीम्. This is the Pranati mantra of Andal or Goda Devi. Karkate Purva Phalgunyam Tulasi Kananodbhavam. She appeared in a Tulasi Kananodbhavam, means a beautiful Tulasi garden in Pandya Desha. Her name is Goda. Vande Sri Ranganayaki, who is the consort of Ranganatha. So this is a small Pranati mantra which we offer to Andal. So let's start with today's introduction. Traditionally, it is called Avatar in Tamil when we start with any of the Alvar's Prabandha. So let us start with the introduction today. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu appeared in this Kali Yuga. Mahavadanyaya Avatar, an incarnation of Sri Krishna, Sakshat Sri Krishna, to establish the Yuga Dharma, which is the Harinama Sankirtana. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu took two vital principles from each of the four Vaishnava Sampradayas. From the Sri Vaishnava Sampradaya, Mahaprabhu took these two beautiful principles which are very essential in our Gaudiya Vaishnava Sampradaya. The first principle is Ananya Bhakti to Lord Krishna, and the second principle is Vaishnava Seva. Ananya Bhakti and Vaishnava Seva. Today, some of us may be wondering, why are we hearing Tiruppavai? What is the need of hearing Tiruppavai? It is because Tiruppavai is a beautiful narration or the compilation of prayers by Andal to Krishna, in which these two principles which Mahaprabhu had recommended to all of us are very profoundly, very beautifully explained. So today, when we start to hear Sri Andal's Tiruppavai, let us meditate on these two principles and learn to inculcate these two in our lives. Ananya Bhakti to Krishna and service to the Vaishnavas and Gurus. So, to understand Tiruppavai, to understand the story of Andal, from whichever place we are, we should all travel to a beautiful place in Tamil Nadu called Sri Velliputtur. Sri Velliputtur is one of the Divyadeshams, which is the place of Vatapatra Shayi. We all know this form of Lord Krishna who is sleeping on a banyan leaf. So, in this Kshetra, Vatapatra Shayi, there lived a wonderful devotee of Lord Krishna named Sri Vishnu Chitta, who is also known as Periyalvar. So, how did he get his name of Periyalvar? We will see when the story continues. So, Vishnu Chitta had this beautiful service to the Lord, which is making garlands. From growing flowers to plucking flowers to making garlands and offering them in the temple. This is the service which Vishnu Chitta would do regularly. So one day when he went to the Lord ordered him to do some special service. There lived a king in the particular kingdom of Pandya who had this doubt. Who is the Paratattva? Who is the Supreme Personality of Godhead? Let us call different scholars and allow them to present about the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And whoever proves it right, whoever presents the conclusions of the Vedas properly, I will surrender myself to him. In this competition, he had a special prize. He tied hundreds and thousands of gold coins in one big bag, and through the mantras, he lifted the bag into the on a pillar. Actually, it is a magical pillar. Only when somebody proves the conclusions of the Vedas properly, only then this will get released. And it has hundreds and thousands of gold coins. This is the prize money, which if they win in this quiz competition, that day's quiz competition would be like that. Kaun banega Karodpati of Pandya Desha was to prove who is the Supreme Personality of Godhead correctly. So, when this was announced, hundreds and thousands of scholars from different places in India came and presented, but this prize money, this prize bag was never coming down. And king was surprised. Array, we have so many scholars, but nobody is able to present the conclusions of the Vedas about the Supreme Personality of Godhead correctly. And he was actually worried. When will I get my guru? Who is the one who knows the essence of the scriptures? And our Vishnu Chitta here in Sri Velliputtur is very humbly, in a prayerful bhav, is going to Lord Vatapatrashai and offering these garlands. And Lord says, Vishnu Chitta, I have a special seva for you. You should go to this kingdom and present about the Paratattva, the Supreme Tattva. Then Vishnu Chitta said, Sir, I am just a simple gardener. I grow tulsi, I grow flowers, I make garlands and bring it to you. I am not a scholar. How can I go and present before such great panditas who have assembled in the king's court? Lord says that if I tell you something, with the instruction comes empowerment. When devotees, when Lord, when our Guru tells us something, gives us some instruction, with the instruction comes their empowerment. With instruction comes mercy. With instruction comes grace. We should always aspire to do seva which is pleasing to the other person. We should always aspire to serve in a way which is giving pleasure to the Lord, pleasure to our spiritual master, pleasure to the Vaishnavas. When we do that, mercy and grace follows. So sometimes we may be thinking, oh, this is a difficult task, this is a complicated thing. How will I be able to do? But then we should understand with the instruction has come lot of mercy and lots of blessings. And if we are able to do that seva for our spiritual master, if we are able to do that seva for the Lord, we get access to that mercy. So Vishnu Siddha said, yes, yes, sir, whatever you say. Like Srila Prabhupada said on the Jaladuta, make me dance, oh my Lord. Make me do whatever you wish to do. So this is the surrender of great devotees. So this humble, simple devotee from a small village in Tamil Nadu has started this journey to the king's palace, where he presented such beautifully about the supreme personality of Godhead, and the essence of all the scriptures is service to Krishna, who is the master of everybody. And immediately the mantra gets unlocked, and hundreds and thousands of gold coins which were tied on the pillar descends, and the Lord gives all these wonderful gifts to Vishnu Chitta, and also he himself surrenders to Vishnu Chitta, accepting him as spiritual master. And all the scholars who came from all around India, they also surrendered to Vishnu Chitta. And this king had organized wonderful procession for his spiritual master in his own elephant. And then he brings king bought his elephant and made Vishnu Chitta sit, and there were a king was walking in front, and all the citizens, all the scholars were walking in front, and Vishnu Chitta were singing glories of the Lord very beautifully. And Krishna was so pleased, Krishna was so proud of his devotee. When we do some service for the Lord, when we do some service to the spiritual master in a way which is pleasing to him, we make them proud, we make them happy. We should always aspire to make devotees and the Lord happy. We should never make the devotees uncomfortable. Lord did such beautiful, wonderful service. Vishnu Chitta did such beautiful service for the Lord just by hearing his instructions. So Lord thought, let me go and see my dear devotee Vishnu Chitta. And then he comes to the kingdom with Sri Devi and Bhudevi on Garuda to see his dear devotee. And when Vishnu Chitta sees the Lord, he immediately becomes alert. He says, Lord, please don't be visible before these people. They have studied so much of scriptures, but they have not understood you. They have not known you in your essence. They don't have love for you. They may, in Hindi, they say nazar lag jayega, or in Telugu, disti talugutundi. In English, they say evil eye. So Lord, be careful with all these people who are just materialistically studying the scriptures without understanding you. And he says, Pallandu, Pallandu, Pallairattandu, Palakoti, Nooraayiran, be careful. And the Lord is saying, oh, don't worry, Vishnu Chitta, I have Sudarshana Chakra with me, nothing will happen to you. And then Vishnu Chitta is saying, may Sudarshana Chakra also be protected. Lord is saying, don't worry, I have Panchajanya Shankar. And Vishnu Chitta is saying, Lord, may your Panchajanya be also protected. And Lord and Sri Devi and Bhudevi were thrilled and amazed to see such a devotee, because they have always seen uh, devotees like us. You are all great devotees, but maybe a devotee like me, who is always praying for just material benedictions, what I will get from the Lord. One person went to the temple and he was praying, Krishna, please give me 1 crore rupees. I will give you back when I come to you. And Sridevi was shocked. He was saying, Arey, see how intelligent this fellow is? He's telling, give me 1 crore rupees now and I will return when I come back to you. And the Lord said, wait, I am more intelligent than him. And he spoke from the deity. He said, first you come up and take. And that fellow ran away from the temple as soon as he heard this. So we always want to ask something from the Lord. We always want, how will we be pleased? That I will be happy if I do this. I will be happy if I can do this service. We are not concerned about the happiness, about the comfort of others whom we want to serve. But Vishnu Chitta, when Lord appeared to him, he did not pray anything for himself. He was just praying to the Lord, may you be protected. No evil eye should be upon you. किसी का नजर नहीं लगना चाहिए आपको. ఎవరి దిష్టి మీకు తలగకూడదు స్వామి అని ప్రార్థన చేసి. Lord was so amazed. He called Vishnu Chitta Periya Alvar. Periya in Tamil means big. Somebody who has big devotion. Somebody who is a great devotee. Lord himself gave this name to Vishnu Chitta. Such beauty of the devotee's nature that they do not want anything for themselves. Selfless devotional service. One of the most wonderful examples we can give is of Periyalvar Sri Vishnu Chitta. And then he goes to Srivilliputtur and he takes all this money and builds a big Gopuram for Vatapatrashai. And then he is not proud at all. Oh, now I have become the guru of the king. So many scholars have surrendered to me. So let me sit on the asan and go around in the palaki. No, he was still doing that humble menial service for the Lord. Growing tulsi, growing flowers, plucking them, making garlands and offering. One day, when he went to his tulsi garden, he saw a small, beautiful baby shining there, the effulgence of hundreds and thousands of suns. That is Sri Andal, who appeared being pleased with the devotion of Vishnu Chitta. And he very lovingly adopted the daughter and was taking wonderful care of Sri Andal, telling her lots of stories about Krishna, showing her different places of the Lord, telling her stories from Ramayana and Bhagavata. Such wonderful parenting Vishnu Chitta did. And Andal was spontaneously attracted to the Lord from her childhood. When they went to a world tour of Divyadeshams, Vishnu Chitta asked her, which Divyadesham did you like the most? Which deity did you like the most? Andal said, I liked Vrindavan the most. I liked Krishna the most. That's why Tiruppavai and Andal's mood is very close to that of our Sampradaya. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has given us this instruction. His Sampradaya is all about Aradhyo Bhagavan Vrajeshatanayah Taddama Brindavane Ramya Kachitupasana Vrajavadu Vargena Yakalpita Srimad Bhagavatam Pramanam Amalam Prema Pumarto Mahan Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhur Matam Idam Aradhyo Bhagavan Vrajeshatanayah Taddama Brindavane. Andal also aspired to serve Krishna who is in Vrindavan. Aradhyo Bhagavan Vrajeshatanaya Taddama Vrindavane Ramya Kachit Upasana Vrajavadu Vargenaya Kalpita. Just like gopis surrendered to Krishna and were desiring to get married to Krishna, were performing austerities for Krishna, had so much love for Krishna, did so many wonderful prayers for Krishna, in the same mood, in the Gopi Bhav, Andal also followed the gopis. And also she wanted to be a lover of Krishna in the Madhurya Bhava. So Vishnujita, he was making flower garlands, and Andal was also making flower garlands. And you know what Andal would do? She would take flower garlands and she would put on herself and see how is this garland looking? Is the color combination nice? Are the flowers hurting? You know, some places, because we go for preaching to many of the places, some places we have this experience that the flower garland when they put is sometimes, you know, uh, the stems of the flowers are too hard, so it becomes uncomfortable to wear after a long time. And one place we went, there were lots of ants on the garlands, and then we had to remove the garland and put it aside. So Handal was thinking, I am making this garland, but it should not hurt the butter like body of my Lord. So let me wear first and see if it is comfortable, if it is beautiful, and only then I will offer it to Krishna. This was her bhav, this was her mood. And then every day she would do that, she would put in the basket, and her father would take and offer it to the Lord. One day, when Vishnujita was carrying this flower basket, he saw that there was a long hair in the garland. And then he was thinking, whose is this long hair which has come in the garland? We make it with such purity. We make it with such care. Where did this hair come from? And then one day he was just observing secretly what's happening with the garlands. And then he sees Andal putting the garland and removing and putting it in the basket. And then he goes and tells Andal, you should not do it. You should not wear before we offer to the Lord. Andal says, yes, father. Actually, however great our devotion may be, the actual greatness is when we accept the instructions of the devotees. We had a drama festival last year here in Radha Gopinath temple, and they were presenting a drama of Sanatana Goswami and the deity of Madan Mohan, and how Madan Mohan was very close to his caretakers before Sanatan Goswami took. And then when Sanatan Goswami had instructed, this is how you should do it. You cannot be spontaneous with him. And immediately the devotee accepts the instructions of Sanatana Goswami. And His Holiness Radhanath Swami Maharaj was telling after the drama that the best part of the drama was this, when the devotee humbly accepted the instructions of the devotee, even though he had so much love and affection to the Lord. He was accessing Lord personally, but still he accepted the instructions of the devotees. So Andal also said, yes, Father, I am so sorry. I will not do it again. And when Vishnu Chitta goes and offers these garlands to the Lord, Lord says, I don't want these garlands. Vishnu Chitta says, please forgive us. We did a big blunder. Andal does not know what she's doing. That's why she was wearing. Please forgive us, Lord. Please accept these garlands. And Vatapatra Shahi said, I am not accepting, not that because she offended me. I am not accepting because today she did not wear the garlands. I want only the garlands which are owned by Andal. Then Vishnu Chitta gets so shocked, and he was so amazed to see the relationship between Lord and Andal. Then he could experience with what love and devotion Andal was serving Krishna. स्तनगिरिधरी सुप्तबुद्धोद्य कृष्णं स्वं शिरः सिद्धम् अध्यापय Swachthayam Srajinigalitam Yabalat Krityabunte Godham Tassai Namaidamidam Bhuyaye Vastu Bhuyaha. This is one beautiful Pranati mantra written by Swami Parasara Bhattar about Goda Devi. Neela Tungas Tanagiri Tati Sukta Mudbodhya Krishna Paradhyam Swam Shruti Satasira Siddham Adhyapayantim Swachishthayam Srajinigalitam Yabalat Krityabunte. Andal did two services. It is said that she would make garlands and offer garlands to Krishna. This is Chudi Kodutta Nanchiyar, she is called, making garlands and offering garlands. And the second service she did is Padi Kodutta. She also sang beautiful prayers about the Lord. Those 30 prayers or those 30 wonderful, we can say, poems are called Pasurams, which we are going to hear from tomorrow for the next 30 days. Chudi kodutta, padi kodutta. These two things are very important for all of us. What is making of flower garlands? Means there should be some physical seva which we offer to the Lord along with our namasmarana, our chanting of Lord's holy names. Devotional service, Srila Prabhupada said. There should be some aspect of service which we can render to the Lord personally. What is this making of flower garlands? How many of you have made flower garlands? Anyone of you have this experience of making flower garlands? Wonderful. Very nice. So, in flower garlands, you take lots of flowers and tie it with a thread. In South India, many of us use banana fiber for making the garlands. So, this beautiful Pumala. Pumala means flower garland. Andal would make flower garlands every day. What is flower garland? Each and every day, each and every moment, we get so many thoughts. We do so many things in a day. If we consider each of our thought to be a flower, if we consider each of the activity which we are doing in a day to be a flower, all of it has to be tied with a rope called Krishna Bhakti, Krishna Bhavana, for Krishna's pleasure. It is not that in a day we think about Krishna in the morning, oh, morning program is done. Then afternoon we think about Krishna in the form of Mahaprasad. And evening we think about Krishna, oh, now I have to sleep, so I offer my prayers to Lord and then sleep. No. Each and every thought, each and every activity should be for the pleasure of our gurus, should be for the pleasure of Sri Krishna. Garland means offering our heart, offering our thoughts, offering our existence, whatever we are doing in this life, tied with a rope, which is for the pleasure of the Lord. This is what Andal is teaching us through offering a flower garland to Krishna. And then Padi Kodutta, beautiful prayers. These two are very important. Chanting of the holy names of the Lord. And second thing is doing some physical service to the Lord. These two Andal did. And then she was in the age when her father was preparing for her wedding. And then Vishnu Chitta asks Goda Devi, Andal, whom do you want to get married to? Then Andal says, my father, I want to get married to Krishna. See, everybody in this world, whether it may be a male or a female, we are all looking for a perfect partner. And the partner whom we are all looking for is Krishna. And Andal said, Father, for this body, there may be many, many husbands in many, many lifetimes. But for the soul, there is only one husband. And I want that person only. And Vishnu said, okay, let me give you some options. Do you want to get married with Tirupati Balaji? Andal said, no, that fellow has so much queues all the time. People are coming and going. He does not sleep. He has no time for anybody. Just cash collection, money minded. I do not want to get married to him. And Vishnujita said, do you want to get married to Badri Vishal? No, it's too cold. And 6 months temple is closed. No, none of the devotees will come for darshan. No, it is good for good. Hill stations are good for vacations. Not all the time. You cannot stay on a hill station in such a snowy mountain. He said, no, we don't want that. And then he said, do you want Lord Ramachandra in Ayodhya? We all want Lord Ramachandra in Ayodhya and he is coming soon. But Andal said he is too strict. He is not like a person who will take me on an evening ride. And he's not, he's too Sida Sada personality. He's too strict. No, let him do his Radhya Palana in Ayodhya. And then Vishnuchitta was thinking then, whom will she get married to? Whom do you want? He said, who can be the most perfect partner than Sri Krishna? He said, I want Krishna. I will get married to Sri Krishna. Father, please tell me, is there any way by which I can get Krishna? Then Sri Vishnu Chitta says that in the Margasirsha Masa, we all know that Krishna in Bhagavad Gita says, Masanam Margasirshoham. You know why Krishna says Masanam Margasirshoham? It is said that because gopis performed vrata for Krishna in this month, Krishna said that is most dear to me because my dear devotees have prayed in this month. And then not very rasa explanation is that there are 6 months, 6 months, 6 months is day in the heavenly planet, 6 months is night for the Devata, 6 months is day. So Uttarayana and Dakshinayana. So before the Suryodaya, two muhurtas are the Brahma Muhurta. Two Gadiyas are called Brahma Muhurtas. So just before Uttarayana Punyakala, 2 months, that is Kartika and Margasirsha, are considered to be most spiritual and most wonderful months to become spiritually advanced, to get closer to Krishna. In Kartik, in form of uh, the Damodara Vrata, and in Margasirsha in the form of dhanurmasam Vrata. That is why gopis chose this month and they did the Katyayini Vrata in Vrindavan. Hemante pratame mase nanda vraja kumarikaha havishyam bunjete Katyayini archana Vrata. Bhagavatam says that they were eating Havishanna and they prayed to Katyayini. Why did they pray to Katyayini? Many devotees keep asking me, why did they do Katyayini Puja? Because they were so attracted to Krishna. Somebody told them, if you do Katyayani Puja, you will get Krishna. They want to get Krishna in whatever way. So they said, okay, let us try this. And they did that sincerely. So, but Andal said, I will follow Gopikas. I will follow their bhav. But I will worship Krishna to get Krishna. Margasirsha. This month is called Margasirsha. There are two words in this, Marga and Sirsha. Marga means way. Actually, we are all traveling. All of us are traveling somewhere. All of us are traveling towards Krishna. Ideally, we should travel to Krishna. And Sirsha means head, or the best of the ways to reach Krishna is the Bhakti Marga. Marga, if you consider Bhakti Marga, Sirsha, who is showing us the way, who is leading us to Krishna, is our spiritual master, is Srila Prabhupada. This Tiruppavai Pasurams, 30 Pasuram, the Tiruppavai Vrata, is all about bhakti and bhakti to spiritual master, bhakti to Krishna and bhakti to Gurus and the Vaishnavas. Every Pasuram is filled with devotion for the Lord and devotion for the devotees. The importance of association of devotees, the sweetness which we experience in the association of devotees. This is all inculcated in this 30 beautiful Pasurams. Andal Tiruppavai is called Veda Manattukku Vittagu. It is like a seed which contains all the essence of the scriptures, all the essence of the Vedas. We can get to hear many of Krishna's stories, wonderful, beautiful lessons which can help us in our spiritual life. Actually, I wanted to share Tiruppavai in English because of few of my dear friends who had asked me that we want to hear Tiruppavai in English. And from childhood, we have been following this Tiruppavai Vrata. As far as I remember, maybe from third or fourth standard, we would get up early in the morning at 3:30, take cold water shower, go to the temple at 4 a.m. and sit till 10:30 in the morning in the temple, hearing the lectures on Tiruppavai, observing the beautiful deity worship done to the Lord in South India. And then the most exciting and delicious part of Tiruppavai Vratam is getting unlimited pongal, payasam, curd rice, vada, pulihora, all of it with 2 hands full, and coming back home and having it. The only prasad we would have in the morning for this 1 month was from the temple, the Lord's Mahaprasad. So this month of Tiruppavai, Andal said, let me do this Vrata with all my friends and get Krishna. And she did it with all her friends. She sang beautiful songs glorifying Krishna, beautiful songs glorifying Bhakti, beautiful songs glorifying the association of Vaishnavas in such a beautiful way. When you hear Andal's Pasurams from tomorrow, we will start with the first Pasuram tomorrow, and then you see with her observation of the nature, with her observation of the clouds, with her observation of the crops, she gives such beautiful lessons to all of us. And then she does this 30 days Vrata, and Lord comes. They said the Landal was so beautiful. Sri Vishnu Chitta Kulanandana Kalpavalli Sri Rangaraja Harichandana Yogadrisyam Sakshat Kshama Karunaya Kamala Vinanya Godha Mananya Sharanam Prabhadya. One of the Sri Vaishnava Acharyas very beautifully he says that Andal was so beautiful, her devotion was so beautiful. When Ranganath came to see Andal, just when Andal looked, he fell flat on the ground and he did not get up still. That's why Ranganath is still sleeping in Sri Rangam, he says. Actually, Lord also gets amazed by the natural, selfless, humble, sincere, simple devotion of the devotees. was just 5 years old when she assembled all her friends and she did this wonderful, beautiful Vrat of Tiruppavai. And then at the end of 30 days, she gets married to Lord Ranganatha. So Parasar Bhattar says, Neelatungas Tanagiri Tati Sukta Mudbodhya Krishnam Parardhyam Swam Sutisatasiras Siddham Adhyapayantim Swachishthayam Shrajini Andal woke Krishna up, reminding him that it is his responsibility to take care of his devotees. And then she also taught us the essence of devotion, which is our Swarupa, to be a servant of Lord. गोपीवत्रुः पदकमलयोः दास 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 दासानुदासः. When we proclaim ourselves to be servants of the Lord, it is Lord's duty. Today morning in our japa class, I was telling this. If we just become a parikara of the Lord, if we become a parikara of somebody, like all of the initiated devotees know, when our japamala is missing, when we don't see it, where is my japmala? Where is my japmala? Everywhere we are running here, there to find our japmala. That is our tension. It is not Japamala's tension. Oh, where is Pranavananda Das? He has left me here. More example for all of us, maybe whenever this most important part of our life is not visible, then everybody, please ring on my phone. Where is my phone? I'm not able to find it. Please ring. What important messages we would have got, what important calls we would have got. Everybody is running to find their phone. We just have to become a parikara, an instrument in somebody's hands, and then it is his headache to take care of us. Andal is telling you, go, all of she's telling to all of us, we just become servants of the Lord and he will take care. You need not worry. We just have to go and surrender to him. Krishna, I am yours. And she's recommending, like Srimati Radharani in our Radha Gopinath temple is recommending us to Krishna. Please accept us. When one of the pujaris of Radharaman temple, Sri Vatsa Goswami, had come to Govardhaniko village for one of the festivities here. He was giving Bhagavatam class and he was saying, Andal is an incarnation of Srimati Radharani. Srimati Radharani's bhav, mood of Srimati Radharani. We see quite a few similarities between her expressions of love to Krishna. And she gets married. Wonderful marriage takes place in Srivilliputtur. So the Falashruti of understanding Tiruppavai is we understand the essence of devotional service. Just like Mahaprabhu had recommended these two beautiful principles from Sri Vaishnava Sampradaya, which is Ananya Bhakti and Vaishnava Seva. Tiruppavai helps us to understand these two principles in detail. And hearing Tiruppavai should inspire us in our service to our spiritual master and Srila Prabhupada in understanding these two principles in our own devotion. We should understand what Srila Prabhupada and all our Parampara is exactly the teachings of all these great devotees. And Srila Prabhupada has given us this gift of the essence of all the teachings of all Vaishnava Sampradayas in such a beautiful and easy way in our ISKCON family. This should inspire us to read Srila Prabhupada books more, to hear Srila Prabhupada more, to serve Srila Prabhupada more, for the pleasure of devotees and Krishna. In my devotional service, Tiruppavai Brata every year inspires me more to dedicate myself to the service of spiritual master and Srila Prabhupada, to the service of Vaishnavas, and to remind ourselves how fortunate we are to be in this association of Krishna's devotees. So this has been an inspiration to share Tiruppavai meanings with all of you, as I have heard from my Shiksha Gurus from the Sri Vaishnava Sampradaya, and after reading Srila Prabhupada's books, I have many people ask me, Prabhu, you are from Sri Vaishnava Sampradaya. How was your journey to Gaudiya Vaishnavism? How was your journey to ISKCON? Did you find it difficult to understand what we are doing here? I said, absolutely not. I found it so similar. I found it so beautifully explained that I never felt that I have left the Sampradaya and I have come here. What I was doing, I'm doing now. And my greatest inspirations to take Krishna consciousness seriously was Srila Prabhupada's teachings. How easily I could understand what Krishna Bhakti means and how relevant Srila Prabhupada had made it to everybody, and how easy Srila Prabhupada made Bhakti for all of us. So, we offer our prayers to Shri Radha Krishna and Srila Prabhupada that our journey of understanding Tiruppavai would inspire us more to commit ourselves more and in a more dedicated way to service of Hari Guru and Vaishnavas.